All right, we're here with Coach David House of the state champion Rio Rancho Rams. Coach, a great year.
Fabulous year. We couldn't ask for anything more to have the schedule we had and to play the opponents that we did all year long, all the way through week 13. It was an incredible year for us.
Now, Coach, the knock on Rio Rancho had been get to the, have a great regular season, get to the playoffs, lose a game or fall apart. And this year, what made this year special?
Well, years past, you look at all the knocks and talking about losing in the first or second round. You look at a lot of those games; those are all one touchdown games, and we were always in it. And I think that when you're dealing with a split, like we split with Cleveland in 2009. You have a lot of factors involved in some of those in those years. But this year was one of those years that in year 6, and you kind of have your 5-year plan, and these seniors in this group, they got it. They understood what we were asking them to do, and they understood our goals, and our 5-year plan kind of fit this year, and these guys just did a heck of a job executing, and they refused to lose. And so the importance of the senior class and leadership, commitment from administration, the community, it all fit this year, and it shows how beneficial all of that is.
Coach, we have to talk about your quarterback, Easton Bruere, and obviously one of the top quarterbacks in the state. You had a great game versus El Dorado and Zach Gentry, and once again, one of the other top quarterbacks in the state. Talk about Easton and his development as a player.
Well, you saw him head-to-head against Gentry and winning that game with his teammates and doing the same thing against Kavika Johnson. And the statistics that he showed, even in the championship, he hurt his hand really, really bad, his throwing hand, on the 5th play of the game. And he'll get x-rays today to see if he has any breaks. But, to do what he did and as tough as he's been and his development for the last 3 years, he's averaged over 3,000 yards passing every year, including as a sophomore. He's thrown for over 100 touchdown passes. He turned the ball over too many times last year. Some were his fault, some weren't. But his sophomore year and his senior year, he didn't turn the ball over at all. And his development as a team leader, as a football player, is outstanding. He's a natural winner. He can run. We just have chosen not to run him a whole lot. If we would have run him a whole lot more, then he probably gets a little bit more attention. But people know that he can run, he can throw. He's 6'3", 200 pounds, and he's an outstanding team leader, and he's a 3.7 GPA kid. So you really can't say enough about him. But the weapons he had around him this year, he utilized very, very well. And it takes a good quarterback to utilize your weapons that are around you, that effectively.
One of the things about a quarterback is you got to have a great running game, and Rio Rancho was blessed with a good running game this year. Talk about your running backs.
Oh, yeah, we've had 2 great running backs this year, especially that can catch out of the backfield. Matt Jackson and Angelo Lujan, both very talented and very special players. We're extremely thrilled with how their careers ended up here at Rio Rancho.
Coach, obviously we talk about offense right now at Rio Rancho, but one of the biggest things is your defense was solid this year.
Oh, absolutely. Come here, guys. Absolutely. Our defense was absolutely exciting. They played very, very well with each other, and the team speed was outstanding. Athleticism was outstanding, and our defense did exactly what we asked them to do, and they played hard every single week.
Now, for the championship game yourself, it was obviously nip and tuck, went back and forth. Johnson and Bruere obviously going back and forth. And to come down to a snap like that, what were your thoughts first going into in the 4th quarter, the final minute there, where it looks like you guys were going in for a score and the interception? Possibly Easton's worst throw of the year.
Well, yeah, this is football. That's going to happen every now and again. We knew that our defense was going to step up. They had all year long, especially in crucial situations. They did for 3 straight plays, and we forced a punt. But, it probably wasn't a great decision, but, it happens. And then, this is a game of limiting your errors, and he certainly has done that all year long. And we capitalized on one 4 plays later.
And the defense stepping up at that situation is awesome.
They did. They really did. But they didn't get shook all year long. It was going to be about, they kept saying, Coach, we got this. Coach, don't worry about it. Coach, don't stress. It was all about trust, and these guys refused to lose. And it was just a very special group that never got flustered.
So you win the championship. Obviously, a lot of emotions. We saw a lot of videos and stuff of the emotion on the players, on yourself. A couple of days of just what's it like now to sit back and say, okay, we're a state champion now.
Well, I tell you, probably today was the first day I've been able to kind of exhale a little bit and breathe it all in. And, all weekend long, it was about kind of tying up loose ends and, getting a hold of players and talking with players. And today's just very special to see the community and the school and the congratulations. And it's just a really neat deal. There was a lot of emotion Friday night, and it's kind of hard to soak it all in. But by now, it's really soaked in, and I've already started thinking about next year.
That was going to be my next question. So do you take a couple of days off, or do you start looking towards next year now?
Well, we turned in equipment this morning and got the multi-sport kids out and getting them ready for their next seasons. And, the coaches took a couple of days off and kind of decompressed a little bit, but we're back to the grind today after school, and we'll start moving some things around and planning some off-season stuff.
Coach, once again, you're obviously playing wounded with the throat and the bronchitis and screaming. We want to thank you for being part of Red Menace TV, and once again, congratulations on your state championship.
Thank you for all that you do for high school sports and the Lobos. Thank you.